Artificial intelligence just might be able to accelerate the time it takes you to get your name out there. And for hiring managers, it could be a faster way to pick up new talent. Joining us now is Kudrikow, the Senior Talent Strategy Advisor at Indeed. Glad to have you here. What are some of the biggest challenges job seekers and employers face today?
There's a few, but at its core, the similarities are based on communication. And I'll get into that in a moment. But ultimately, when we talk about job seekers, what they're telling us is that first and foremost, looking for a job for them is a full-time job. So it's tiring, right? It's frustrating. It's time intensive. And when you get frustrated, obviously it hinders the entire process itself. Also, they're utilizing resumes, right? And resumes are there. Employers want them, etc. But they're a piece of paper. Right? And they're a piece of paper. So how job seekers are having a hard time expressing themselves on that piece of paper. So at the end of the day, job seekers ultimately need a better place or a way to represent their skills, qualifications, and those preferences. Also, from a hiring standpoint, they have to source. They have to go out and find individuals, and it's not easy. And again, it's there's time constraints, takes a lot of time. So at its core, what we're trying to do is help bridge the gap, all right, from the job seeker and the employer, and ultimately helping them talk the same language so everybody's on the same page.
Your company's using smart sourcing. How exactly does that work?
So smart sourcing is one of our newer tools, and it's powered by AI, and we're super excited about this, right? So for employers will now have access to a large active talent pool, an active talent pool of about 300 million profiles that are on the Indeed platform. Also, I mentioned talking the same language. Now, employers are going to have the ability to discover and review talent of those quality candidates. And what we're going to do is we're going to take their resume and we're going to summarize it for the employer. The employer will now not have to necessarily sift through pages or a full page of a resume. Everything will be bulleted out, and we're going to break it out. We're going to show them the things where there are a connection. Their skills meet your requirements. And then we're going to say, hey, listen, this individual has skills, but they're missing a few. Something similar to, you know what, you want 5 years experience and they only have 4. And then we're also going to show the areas where there's a huge disconnect. You need this certificate and that license. Well, they don't have that. At that point, you can decide as an employer whether or not you want to reach out to them. And speaking of reaching out, we're going to make it easy for you to do that in a quick fashion, right? Through our platform, you can send them a text message, you can call them via phone, you can send them a message, you can send them a calendar invite. Ultimately, talking the same language and trying to connect the dots as quick as possible.
Share some of your best tips for getting hired in today's job market.
Yeah, I think the best thing for job seekers is if you do not have a profile on Indeed, set one up. It takes a few moments, right? Put in your information, talk about the things that you're looking for, benefits, compensation, etc., right? And if you do have a profile, make sure it's up to date. At the end of the day, don't do yourself a disservice. Too often we have job seekers setting up a profile and then not keeping it up to date. You're growing each and every day, each and every week, professionally. So make sure that that information that you have is up to date. And then ultimately sit back and let smart sourcing do its thing. Ideally, what we're going to try to do is alleviate the pressures you have as job seekers by creating efficiencies for these employers to find relevant candidates, ultimately bringing relevant jobs to you and bringing relevant candidates to them.
What do you see for the future of AI?
AI is here. AI is not going anywhere. And AI is going to evolve. So we are fortunate enough to work with economists on staff at Indeed. And their recent research has indicated that virtually every single job will be impacted by AI. All right, every single job. So AI will continue to evolve, and us as HR and technology professionals, we need to evolve with it. And then at its core, we need to be strategic. AI can only take you so far. You can't make a full hire, meaning start to finish, through AI. AI is going to take you to a certain point and then let human contact, human connectivity take over. AI is a way to ultimately help you complete administrative tasks, help you save time, but then you need to engage with those candidates. Candidates want to hear from you, and you should want to hear from those candidates.
Thank you for your time.
Well, I appreciate it. And if there's any other questions, Indeed.com is the place to go.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.